Hi everybody, Module 2, Lesson 22, Solving Equations Using Algebra. Students will be able to write and solve equations. All right, we are going to really focus on the equation process, the algebra process, not so much the tape diagram with us. Let's jump ahead till you see this page. And I'd like you to go ahead and write what I have on the left. These are some helpful hints. The very first thing you do when you see the equation is look at the left side of the equal sign. Are there any terms, like terms you can combine? Look at the right side of the equal sign. Are there any like terms you can combine? In problem 1, nope, but some of the problems might have that. That would also involve the distributive property in step 1. Step 2, we're going to undo the constant. Remember, the constant is, in this case, the 4 in problem 1. It's the number, it's the term that does not have a variable. Think about what this tape diagram would look like. There would be 5 x's and a 4 that totals 19. So we'd be able to get rid of the 4, wouldn't we? All right, in the third step, we're going to undo the coefficient. Remember, the coefficient is how many of the variable you have. In problem 1, that would be the 5. All right, I'm going to show you all this, but I'd like you to copy it down. And also remember the property of equality. What you do to one side, you must do to the other side. All right, here we go. 5x plus 4 equals 19. Sorry if I just made you all sick. Okay, sorry about that. Hopefully this is better. Okay, so combine like terms. There are no like terms on the left side to combine. There are no like terms on the right side to combine. There's nothing to distribute. So I move on to step 2, undo the constant. What is my constant? It is the 4. So in this case, I'm adding 4. So how do I undo add 4? I subtract 4. So I write the original problem, and then I undo. And remember that when I combine these like terms, the 4 minus 4 becomes 0, doesn't it? So that leaves me with 5x on the left, and 19 minus 4 is 15. So can you picture in the tape diagram how you would have 5 x's now have a value of 15? Well, what does 1x have a value of? So we undo the coefficient. The coefficient is the 5. How do we undo 5 being multiplied? We multiply by the reciprocal. Right, the reciprocal of 5 is 1 over 5. 1/5 times 5 over 1 is just x, isn't it? And 15 over 1 times 1 over 5 becomes 15 over 5, which is 3. Remember when we had to test if a solution makes the equation true? Let's try it. Does this really work? 5 sets of 3 plus 4. 15 plus 4. Does it equal what it's supposed to equal? Yes, it does. And how do I know? Because of this 19 up here. All right. Let's try problem number 2 together. Are there any like terms on the left that can be combined or distributed? Property be used? Nope. Nothing on the right that can be done. So then I undo my constant, which is 14. So 15x plus 14, remove the 14. And if I remove 14 on the left, I need to remove 14 on the right. So that leaves me, if I have 14 and I take away 14, that leaves me with 15x. We know when we combine like terms, 15x plus 0 is 15x. And on the right side, it's 5. 19 minus 14 is 5. Then I multiply by the reciprocal of 15 and I get x equals 5 over 15. It's going to be a fraction. So x equals 1/3. Should we test it? 15, let me change color for you. 15 times 1/3 plus 14. 15 times 1/3 is 5, plus 14 is 19, which is my 19. So yes, 1/3 is my answer, is my solution. Claire's mom found a very good price on a large computer monitor. She paid $325 for a monitor that was only $65 more than half the original price. What was the original price? So that's what I need to find. So that tells me right away, let P be original price. Okay, and I know that she paid 65 more than. 65 more than something. Half the original price. Half of P. And altogether, she paid $325. Okay, so the color coding helps you see where I put how I form the equation. So let's use the process that we talked about earlier. Is there anything on the left I can combine? Nope. Is there anything on the right I can combine? Nope. Is there anything to be distributed? Nope. All right, step 1's done. Step 2, undo your constant. 65 is my constant, plus 65. So I'm going to write 1/2 P plus 65 minus 65. So that's how I'm going to get to 0, is 65 minus 65. And because I subtracted 65 on the left, I need to subtract 65 on the right. And that leaves me with 1/2 P equals 260. Right, if I do it on the side, 325 minus 65 is 260. Now I multiply by the reciprocal because I have to undo my coefficient. My coefficient is 1/2. What is the reciprocal of 1/2? It is 2 over 1. What I do to the left, I do to the right. So those become just P, 1P, is equal to 260 times 2 over 1, which is 260 times 2. 0. 2 times 6 is 12. 2 times 2 plus 1 is 5. So P equals 520. The original price was $520. All right, there's one more problem that I'd like you to see. It's in the problem set, so if you could turn there. And we're going to look at number 3. 1/3 of, let's see. We are going to, for each problem below, explain the steps in finding the value. We're not going to do all that. We are going to, what I would like you to do is find the value of the variable showing each step. All right, so here we go. 1/3 y minus 18 equals 2. So the steps are, is there anything on the left to combine? Combining like terms. Nope. How about on the right? Nope. There probably won't be much of that, but you really need to ask yourself the question. Is there anything to distribute? No, but that you might see. All right, then we need to undo our constant. What is our constant in this problem? Our constant is negative 18. Remember, add your opposite. Our constant is negative 18. So I have 1/3 y plus negative 18 minus negative 18 equals 2 minus negative 18. Ooh, that got a little confusing. So let's go through and combine and add the opposite. And that became 0, didn't it? Add the opposite. So 1/3 of y equals 20. So hang with me there. It's still the same process, but we ended up having to work with some negatives. I'm going to show it another way in a moment that would be acceptable. All right, what is the, so now we undo our coefficient. Our coefficient is 1/3. What is the reciprocal? 3/1. The 3's cancel. If I multiply by 3/1 on the left, I multiply by 3/1 on the right. Y equals 60. Let me show this problem another way, which is still perfectly fine to do. 1/3 y minus 18 equals 2. So if I'm taking away 18, how do I get to 0? I add 18. So 1/3 y minus 18 plus 18. And if I add 18 to the left, I need to add it to the right. If I take away 18 and I add 18, that becomes 0, leaving me with just 1/3 y. 2 plus 18 is 20. That looks like what I have in purple in the other example. Multiply by the reciprocal of the coefficient and do it to both sides. Gives me y equals 60. Both ways are perfectly acceptable. You might find the right side to be the easiest. I think I naturally do it with the right side, but I was trying to match how we've been practicing working with integers. So either way, and let's see, so we will be practicing in class. Make sure you have whatever questions that you need to ask written down, and I'll see you then. Bye.